I used to agree with you, but then there was a slight nerf to it, and I don't think it is quite as good anymore as it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. What do I know? I'm just gold 3.
I'm not much better, don't you worry.
Are we going to see any shenanigans, though?
It looks like we're just going to see the 5-point from both teams.
Yeah.
That's direct to camera. There we go. Yeah,
it does look like that, definitely. Can I just grab what timestamp in game you're on right now?
44 right now.
Okay, I need to come forward a couple of seconds. I'm going to go to 48, just because my internet is a bit bad. We are seeing a bit of a brawl.
Yeah.
Damage coming through with those undertows. Pharaoh having to flash away from the axes.
Yeah. The Olaf level 1 cheese is so effective. With Olaf top is really good for that one reason. Obviously it's not Olaf top this game, but just the ability to reuse the ability so quickly can turn level 1 fights very, very easily.
Yeah, Pharaoh going to be starting off this jungle clear with just over 50% HP.
And no flash.
Yeah, so it could definitely be a bit rocky if he is to run into the Viking again if his jungle does get invaded. Junglers both starting down towards their bot sides, though. Yonsny starting on his Raptors, Pharaoh on the blue buff, and both will be clearing towards their top side camps.
A pretty even trade in the top lane. Falio and Stardust are both going about even there.
Falio wants this, though. Falio feeling very comfortable on that Gwen, as we mentioned. And you see the help picks already onto Sarcasm, forcing out 2 corrupting potion charges.
Yeah.
Let me know if I'm commentating behind where you are, by the way, in-game. Because I am having a couple of issues with internet connection.
Should be 215.
Okay, I've just gone 215 now.
Okay, yeah, slightly more. It'll be okay.
If worst comes to worst, just turn on your stream in Discord and I'll watch through that.
Is that probably the better thing to do? I can do that.
Yeah, probably easier for me.
Screen.
Apologies, guys. We've had a bit of a change of setups coming into today. Obviously, Judgy is being an absolute legend and handling production for me whilst I am away visiting family. So, really, really doing us all a favour today. But I am back into game. I'm seeing everything at the right times. And all should be good. Falio winning out on those trades. Snipping his way through Stardust's health bar.
Yeah, and like we've said so many times before, but Falio on Gwen, he knows exactly the times of everything. He knows exactly when to snip and when to snap on this champion.
And we see a fight in the topside river, actually. Yonsny and Pharaoh running into each other. Loftish roaming up to join this. The help pick's going to go down. Flash forward from Yonsny. The Glitter Lance and the Undertow both coming through. The slows are stacking up. Mama in the area as well. But the Viking going to find first blood. And Falio diving Stardust under the turret. Autos the tower twice, and that's actually going to be his demise. Stardust are finding the solo kill as the auto attacks go on to the tower from Falio. Very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, so close, but not close enough.
God, the damage in the mid lane. This is what we were talking about from the Lulu. Really punishing onto Sarcasm.
Yeah. So, even with the first blood going the way of Invul, it's still... well, actually, it's not as even...
Still a 400 gold lead.
600. Right.
Oh yeah, I can't read. Never mind. Ignore me.
no, it's you not able to do maths. It feels good. So
yeah,
it's all good.
It all comes full circle.
Yeah.
But yeah, Loftition really punishing onto Sarcasm in this mid lane. The Lulu base numbers just high enough, I guess, and only a 1 biscuit advantage at the moment as we see Falio diving forward again onto Starduster. Giving up that kill, really not tempering that aggression at all.
So Lucian, Sarcasm building a cull as soon as possible. Just getting more lifesteal, it's the +3 every auto.
I quite like the cull in this matchup because Lulu's never really going to kill you.
Yeah.
As a Lucian. So you can just get that free gold, scale yourself through a little bit quicker, and maybe reach that mid-game power spike a couple of minutes earlier, as Falio is bringing a world of hurt down onto Starduster.
Oh, the true damage is brutal on that champion.
Now, something we forgot to mention in draft, actually. Falio, he's a player very experienced on the set himself, so seeing the set on the other side, he will know exactly what to do to abuse.
And a very
Dragon
early
goes
dragon.
over. We saw the early dragon stacking last week for Invul. Are they going to look to do the exact same thing again?
And an early mountain dragon on an Olaf, on a Nautilus, is just
even on a Gwen.
Yeah, just a little bit annoying, isn't it, to deal with? So I quite like.
See, the minion dematerializer coming down onto this bot wave cannon, though, going to enable Mama and Hellman to be able to crash this wave in and look for a reset themselves. Maybe even look to chip away at a turret plate.
Potentially, yeah. Falio got a nice back, actually, where Pharaoh was on just waiting in the wings for a gank. Wasting a little bit of his time there.
Sarcasm can't really even step up due to the pure pressure that Loftition's Lulu is able to exert.
Yeah. Credit to Sarcasm, though. Farming very well. Both mid laners farming very well, actually, under quite a bit of pressure from each other.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when we see the early fight around that topside scuttle as well.
Yeah. So there's definitely a little bit of gold in the favour of Invul. Obviously, the extra gold from the first blood. And
a couple of CS leads.
Yeah, some small CS leads in every
I think the Targon's shield or Targon's brace, whatever the melee support item is called for Mama, will also have a bit of a hand in generating some of that gold lead.
I can have a look. 356 compared to 142, yeah. About 200 just from that item.
Yeah, a little bit more difficult for Karma to step up and look for poke when it's a Nautilus on the other side. I'm seeing in chat as well it being questioned why Loftition is on the Lulu. If you've been watching the games regularly, it's something that's been very, very commonplace for Invul, at least in some of the games, their series, enabling Yonseni, Falio, and Hellman. As we see the needlework coming through, the undertow's available as well. The showstopper comes through, but it's cancelled out by the Ragnarok. And Falio is going to snip his way, but no, not finding the kill. Stardust escaping on a sliver. Potions running. That Vampiric Scepter as well, alongside the set passive regen.
The Jinx
Super Mega Death Rocket
no.
goes wide. But Falio is the kind of player that could look for a dive here. Loftition getting culled in the mid lane. The Wild Growth going to come through. Flash forward from Sarcasm. Going to get Polymorph through, but no, finds the kill with the Piercing Light.
I actually think the Corrupting Potion may have just taken him low enough there as well. Because that was sticking.
Actually able to save his flash, though, so knows he's going to go down. Saves the flash. So, putting a silver lining on it, at least he has that. Top lane plate's going to drop 2 for Falio.
Oh, Pharaoh is caught out.
Oh, has to use the Stormbringer to get himself over the wall as Loftition teleports in.
That's quite a long cooldown as well, particularly in the early game, the level 1 ultimate there. So that could be pretty crucial. Obviously, Rift Herald is up.
Yeah, having to use that first ultimate defensively like that, never something you want to see from the Volibear. Oh, and we see Maka Arcane shifting forward onto Hellman here. The Chomper's going to come down, and it's a big trade back onto Bebe, but Hellman taken very, very low as the True Shot Barrage whistles wide.
Yeah, but while all this is happening, Rift Herald taken. Just like I said, it's up, and it's going to be taken.
It's something we seem to see very, very regularly from Invul, focusing a lot of their early attention towards the topside objectives, playing through the strong lane of Falio, using the Loftish Johnson-y combo to get themselves the early advantages, to then let Hellman scale up and reap the rewards late game. Stardust are taking another very heavy trade. Johnson-y in the area does have the Rift Herald, so they could look to knock over this top lane tower very, very early in this game.
Yeah, even though there's a lot of pressure in the bot lane, it hasn't actually been converted into a CS lead. The Ezreal is actually slightly behind.
Yeah, Hellman, even in a 1 versus 2, with Mama roaming so much to join the plays on the top side, Hellman able to keep himself in front in terms of minions.
Blocked top lane, I believe.
Yep, a lot of gold about to go into Falio and Yonseni's pockets. We've seen what Falio can do when that Gwen gets ahead. Yonseni's Olaf going to be a monster. First turret pre-10 minutes for the Invul top lane and jungle. CS lead nearing 40 already.
I think it will get a second shove on as well.
It will indeed. Starduster, not a lot the set is really able to do here in this lane.
Yeah, huge amounts of damage onto that turret. The pressure though may leave Invul vulnerable for this second dragon, as it is spawning right about now. It is Cloud Dragon.
I do like this. I do actually like this from Bladeance going straight for it. You've seen them make the play topside, cross map and get something, but it also delays the soul power spike.
Yeah. It is only Cloud Dragon, so I think Invul will be okay losing this objective.
It's not just that it is Cloud Dragon, it's just that it's only one Cloud Dragon as well. There's no more Cloud Dragons. They're not going to be able to stack those. They're only going to get the one. Losing that 12 ultimate ability haste is not the end of the world.
No.
But does also prevent there from being a potential mid-game Elder Dragon if Invul were to get the very 4 quick Drake Soul. Which actually could, in the long run, be a negative for Bladeance.
Potentially. We do see, though, a significant CS lead for Invul in the top lane. 25 already.
Significant lead in the mid lane, beginning to develop, though, for Sarcasm.
True, yeah. But it comes with being an ADC who is able to farm so effectively and realistically has that free pressure, as you mentioned.
We see Loftition actually already having his mythic completed ahead of Sarcasm, so...
True. The Shurelya's just so potent, particularly when you've got something like a Nautilus and an Olaf running
you down, exactly. And a Gwen even.
That's a very scary prospect.
And we've seen it a lot in pro play recently when teams have been picking Gwen into 4 melees and being made to pay for it. It's good to see Bladeance not having picked 4 melees this game. Obviously, the 2 going to have to run into the Gwen. It's going to be a bit difficult. We're seeing Johnsony to set up a dive on towards this bot lane as Falio is looking like the victim of a dive himself on the top side. He's going to go aggressive, though, onto Starduster as Sarcasm. And yeah, it's the needlework onto all 3. He's used... Oh my god, the damage onto the set is insane. Falio is looking for blood here. Gonna find the kill. Pharaoh, no, flashes forward. Falio is still alive.
Starduster is under turret.
How has he managed to get himself away there? The Haymaker keeps Starduster alive. Pharaoh's still chasing. The Honey Fruit is up, and Falio is having himself a fruit salad.
That is ridiculous.
No kills in the top side. The damage from the combo of the Gwen and the tower is insane. Managing to just keep himself alive. As Hellman looks like he's going to get a full turret worth of plates in the bot lane.
Yeah,
this is a massive amount of tempo here for Invulnerables Esports.
Well, all that's happening, not only a bot lane turret, all of Bladeance's bot side jungle has been taken.
Mid lane waves. The CS lead in the mid lane.
Yeah, decimated. That's
such a massive swing for Invul. 3,500, I believe, now the gold lead.
Yeah. I liked what Bladeance were doing, but they just didn't have the damage to
It either was they didn't have the damage or they didn't execute on it correctly. I didn't quite see what happened fully to be able to tell which, but it's either a slight mechanical misexecution or just them not having the damage exactly.
I mean, I do think that with plated steel caps and leeching leer alone, just those 2 were preventing so much damage.
Well, when you're facing 3 AD champions, sure, they will be.
Yeah.
Oh, Hellman now joining Loftition in the mid lane, joining up with his Lulu. The Zap going to go wide, and he's not going to be able to chase forward with any more damage onto Maker.
Just want to say that is a Kraken Slayer already purchased, as well as Berserker's Greaves. That is a very...
we were talking about the 15-minute mid-game spike for Bladeance, but when Invul are going to have Mythics versus nothing...
Yeah.
That mid-game spike comes that little bit later, and it might start to go from bad to worse here for Bladeance.
So we see Rift Herald is about 50 seconds away. So I think both teams will be starting to posture around, try and get the ward, try and get the visions that they can.
Both teams swapping their bot and mid laners, which I do quite like. Loftition getting himself the early push in the bot lane as Sarcasm clearing either some vision or camps in the bot side jungle.
Yeah.
But going to be giving push over towards the Lulu regardless.
And you may be wondering, viewers, despite more kills being on the side of Bladeance, why Invul are so far ahead? And the major reason
Two
is
full turrets.
those turret platings. First
Yeah,
blood
two
turret
full towers.
and 2 full turrets with all 5 turret platings. It is just
And
so
we then look at the 40 CS lead in the top lane, the 30 CS lead in the bot lane,
and in the jungle.
and yeah, and another 30 CS in the jungle. That all adds up so much. And kills, they only give 300 gold each.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, Rift Herald is being broken now, and I think Invul will look to go straight towards the dragon, as it is going to be an infernal dragon. So potentially an infernal soul.
Honestly, going to get himself rooted up, but is going to be able to get the Rift Herald down, and Bebe going to get slain where he stands. An arcane shift away from Maker, but there's not going to be a lot he can do to keep this turret alive. Shelly is going to rear her
Needlework coming down
particularly ugly head and finish that one off. Maker going to get chased off by the combo of Falio and Hellman, and Falio finding the kill. Ezreal, it's not really a true display of skill when you have that many needles, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, but Falio might be caught out here versus 3. Gonna look to just buy time whilst Invul take that second tower in the mid lane.
I like
which
that.
Actually, not terrible. Yeah, not a terrible way to use a death. And Falio surviving surprisingly long.
Yeah.
Loftician pressuring this top lane in a tower as well. We're only 15 minutes in, but it's already 4 towers to 0 for Invul.
Yeah. 3 to 3 on the kill counter, but that doesn't matter when you look at how many turrets have been
Gonna be
taken.
second dragon picked up for Invul as well. That first infernal dragon as we stack towards the soul. Might be contested here. Loftician teleporting in. So it's going to be 5 members of Invul versus the 4 in the area from Bladeance. Johnsony taken very low though. Summoner Heal and the Wild Growth both going to be popped as the fight starts. It's going to be Dragon secured by Bladeance. No. Johnsony finding the steal. Teleport now coming through from Stardust. So the Stormbreaker to take Pharaoh away. And I don't know if this is a good fight for Invul. Loftician chunked out massively low. Maker going to finish that one off a flash. Arcane shift over the wall. Showstopper now coming through on Tefalio as Stardust is diving into the backline. Hellman got one and she's now excited. Hellman finds a second. Can he find a third? Does not have the flash available to dive forward. Falio going forward with the needlework, looking for the slows, looking to enable his jinx, looking to get his team caught back up to the fight, but no, it's just going to be a 2 for 2 for Invul, plus the dragon. They're going to take the win and move in towards the mid lane.
Yeah. Look how scary, though, the jinx is now. As soon as you get 1 kill, the more will start coming. And it
would not be surprised to see Hellman back now and pick up a full rune arms or full second item.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, look at how much farm he has at this point.
170 farm in 18 minutes.
Yeah. Fantastically well played. Farming.
It's a little bit scary, huh?
And as he completes his back, we'll see what he does end up picking up.
But this was supposed to be the moment. This third dragon was supposed to be the moment for Bladeance, where they are at their strongest, where they're able to take fights, where they have their power spikes. Like we mentioned, they might have their item and a half, and be at the strongest point, one of the strongest points they're going to be at in this game. Losing that fight 2 for 1, losing the dragon on top of it, really, really terrible, honestly, for Bladeance in terms of momentum.
We do see the Phantom Dancer picked up rather than Runans.
Yeah, there's 3 people in the bot lane here for sarcasm. I don't think everyone understands the joke, but it's clearly not. It's clearly a little bit over sarcastic. Mama, Johnsony, and Falio cutting him down where he stands.
Oof, that's pretty brutal. And we see everyone bar Nautilus now on the side of Invul has their mythic.
I mean, yeah, and already large components for their next item. Hellman even with a full Phantom Dancer already.
Yeah. This is... it's so difficult to see what Bladeance can do right now. You know, when the Lucian, who's 2 and 1, is having to Gale Force away, you know, uses Gale Force defensively. That's not what we want to be seeing.
Yeah. And we see another turret now being pressured. Could be the 5th turret of the game pre-20 minutes for Invul here.
And I think it is going to be. There's just not enough.
Karma support, not enough AP to be able to fire through the wave clear.
Loftician just running away from Pharaoh there as well. Using the blast cone effectively.
Yeah, and Lulu, actually surprisingly slippery, has the whimsy for the speed ups.
Yeah.
And can get herself out of situations very, very well.
So as we approach the 20-minute mark, 20 minutes is also when Baron Nashor spawns. It is very heavily warded so far by Bladeance. I don't think right now Invul want to be looking for a Nashor's particularly. They'll be wanting to look for a couple more picks potentially. Maybe even waiting for that minute 40, get another dragon before they focus down on that early Baron.
I agree. I think if Invul are able to find a fight that results in a big enough advantage, I'm sure they will look for the Baron. Otherwise, maybe they try sneak it. Maybe they just play it safe and wait. Like you said, Pharaoh jumping onto Falio now, though, as the Gwen W going to come through. The needlework dropped as well onto the Volley Baron. If this kill goes through, could very well be a Baron. The Snip Snip is available. The Mega Death Rocket going to connect as well. Not enough damage to finish the Volley Bear off. But Starduster is in a lot of trouble. Showstopper going to come through, but it's his show that is being stopped. The set going to be taken out. Mama picks that one up, and that on its own could be Baron there for Invul.
Yeah, Lucian has been sighted bot lane as well, so they know.
Does have teleport though.
Yeah,
and Bebe, that's a very risky position. Does have Pharaoh and Maker on the south side, and it's going to be a first tower of the game for Bladeance. But one turret for a Baron? I think you take those trades every day. Invul now could look for a fight in towards the mid lane on those 3 Bladeance members that have pushed forward. Going to try and escape through the bot side jungle, but Mama's going to have that cut off.
Dragon is up.
We might be about to see a big fight
now, and realistically, you think Bladeance have to back here.
Pharaoh very, very low. Maker's backing, Pharaoh's backing. You'd imagine Bladeance will have to sacrifice this dragon completely.
Or a turret, potentially.
Or both, even. I don't think Invul quite have the wave. Yonseni going to run down towards the dragon. So Yonseni going to be securing that one, regardless of whether his team join him or not, you would imagine. Should be able to take that one pretty quickly as the Olaf. Mama and Loftish are going to get chased out by the Bladeance top jungle. And it's 5 members of Bladeance in this mid lane. True Shot Barrage going to whistle through over the dragon. Going to just a little bit of a leash for Yonseni as the smite comes down, picking up the second Infernal Drake for Invul. And Falio going to find a top lane turret. Could even look to take Stardust on here in the 1 versus 1. The Gwen damage is a little bit high at this point. I would tip Falio to find 1 in this scenario. Stardust are burning down very, very low. Falio can't quite... Nearly finds 2 though. Sarcasm and Stardust are barely escaping with their lives.
Magdeath Rocket!
Oh! Half a second earlier, and I think that finds Stardust's life.
Stardust nearly turned to Stardust there.
One more longsword, and I think he finds the kill.
I was going to say, if it was Star Guardian Jinx, I would have made a pun, but... Well...
Thank God, we've been protected from guns. As Hellman's just going to chase down Sarcasm with the power of the Lulu, the help picks, the whimsy, the amount of extra damage, the amount of raw DPS that comes out of that Jinx as Stardust has cut down where he stands. Pharaoh's not long for this world either, and Hellman flashing over the wall to Maker and Bebe. Hellman with the zap, not quite going to be able to pick that one up, but they clearly know that the football is on. They know it's coming home. They want to bring this series. They want to bring this game home, and look to bring the series home as well. We could just see game 1 going down right here. All 5 members of Invul on the Nexus towers. Nexus Tower 1 going to fall. Nexus Tower 2 going to drop. Not quite any kills that are going to fall over. Never mind. Sarcasm goes down instantly after the respawn. Hellman even tanking the Fountain Laser, but it's game 1. Invul Esports 1-0. And it's Hellman ending with the perfect 5-0-5.
Bases are made to be broken, just like buildings and people, as Jinx would say. That was brutal from Invul.